The story of Cain and Abel, as introduced in the biblical book of Genesis, is a tale of the first siblings in recorded history. Cain, a farmer, and Abel, a shepherd, each bring offerings to God. While God favors Abel's sacrifice, Cain's offering is rejected, sparking jealousy and resentment within him. Consumed by these emotions, Cain ultimately murders Abel, committing the first fratricide. This narrative serves not only as a foundational story of human conflict, but also as an allegorical exploration of deeper themes like jealousy, divine preference, and moral responsibility. The significance of this story in the context of sibling rivalry is profound. It highlights the destructive potential of unchecked emotions and the moral dilemmas faced by individuals. The tale offers a cautionary exploration of envy and the catastrophic consequences it can have when left unresolved. This narrative sets the stage for subsequent explorations of human relationships and conflicts. In real-world applications, the story of Cain and Abel is often reflected in modern psychological studies on sibling rivalry, which is a common aspect of family dynamics. Additionally, it serves as a metaphor in various cultural and literary contexts to illustrate conflicts driven by jealousy and competition, such as in Shakespeare's play Othello, or in the competitive business world where professionals might undermine colleagues to gain favor or advancement. Supporters of the idea that the Cain and Abel story provides valuable lessons often argue that it emphasizes the importance of self-awareness and the need to manage negative emotions. This perspective underscores the value of understanding one's motivations and seeking constructive resolutions to conflict rather than resorting to destructive actions. However, the story is not without its controversies and alternative viewpoints. Some critics argue that the narrative reinforces a deterministic view of human nature, suggesting that sibling rivalry and violence are inevitable outcomes of divine or societal preference. Others question the fairness of divine favoritism and its implications on morality and justice, prompting discussions on the nature of divine intervention and human agency. This introduction to Cain and Abel's story influences other aspects of the main topic by laying the groundwork for understanding the psychological and moral complexities in human relationships. It emphasizes the need for empathy, ethical consideration, and the exploration of alternative resolutions to conflict, themes that resonate throughout literature, theology, and psychology. Ultimately, the story of Cain and Abel serves as a timeless reminder of the potential for both division and insight within human relationships, challenging individuals to reflect on their actions and their consequences. The origins of sibling rivalry in religious texts can be traced to the story of Cain and Abel, which serves as one of the earliest recorded instances of such conflict. Sibling rivalry refers to competition, jealousy, or conflict between brothers and sisters, often driven by a desire for parental approval or dominance. In the biblical narrative, Cain and Abel, the first sons of Adam and Eve, provide an archetypal depiction of this rivalry when Cain, consumed by jealousy over God's preference for Abel's offering, ultimately kills his brother. This story exemplifies not only the destructive potential of sibling rivalry, but also its deep roots in human history and religious tradition. The significance of this point in relation to the main topic lies in its foundational nature. It sets the stage for understanding how sibling relationships can devolve into conflict. The story of Cain and Abel is not just an isolated biblical account, but a universal symbol of familial discord, exploring themes of jealousy, favoritism, and the struggle for identity and recognition. As such, it offers a framework for examining sibling dynamics across cultures and histories. One real-world application of this concept is the common narrative of sibling rivalry in literature and media, where these stories often explore themes of jealousy and competition, mirroring Cain and Abel's tale. Another example is in family dynamics studies, where understanding this ancient story helps psychologists and counselors address modern familial conflicts. The narrative provides a lens through which such issues can be viewed and analyzed. There are numerous opinions supporting the idea that Cain and Abel's story symbolizes universal sibling rivalry. Many scholars argue that the narrative illustrates fundamental human emotions and conflicts that transcend time and culture. However, challenges and controversies exist, particularly regarding the interpretation of the text. Some critics question the extent to which the story should influence contemporary understanding of sibling relationships, suggesting that each family dynamic is unique, and not all are inherently as destructive. This point connects to other aspects of the main topic by demonstrating how religious and historical narratives influence modern perceptions of family relationships. The story of Cain and Abel provides a touchstone for exploring the complexities of sibling relationships, highlighting both the potential for conflict and the importance of understanding underlying emotions and motivations. It invites reflection on how ancient stories shape contemporary views and reminds us of the enduring nature of familial challenges. The symbolism of Cain and Abel's offerings is a pivotal element in the story of the first sibling rivalry, representing more than just a simple act of sacrifice. In the biblical narrative, Cain, a tiller of the ground, offers produce from his harvest, while Abel, a keeper of sheep, presents the firstborn of his flock. The acceptance of Abel's offering by God and the rejection of Cain's can be interpreted as a reflection of deeper spiritual truths and human behaviors. This distinction between the offerings encompasses themes of sincerity, faith, and moral alignment with divine expectations. Cain's rejected offering can be seen as representing a lack of genuine faith and devotion, contrasting sharply with Abel's sincere and wholehearted offering, symbolizing true piety and alignment with divine will. The significance of this point in relation to the main topic is profound. It sets the foundation for understanding the underlying motivations and emotions driving the rivalry between the two brothers. This narrative invites readers to reflect on the nature of envy and the destructive consequences that arise from perceived favoritism and unmet expectations. The offerings thus serve as a catalyst for the ensuing conflict, showcasing how superficial compliance without true understanding or commitment can lead to resentment and violence. In real-world applications, this symbolism can be seen in workplace dynamics, where employees who show genuine dedication and passion are often more rewarded compared to those who merely fulfill their roles perfunctorily. Additionally, in personal relationships, individuals who engage with sincerity and genuine interest often build more meaningful and enduring connections than those whose interactions are solely transactional. Opinions supporting this line of thought often emphasize the importance of inner motivations and heart-driven actions over surface-level compliance. Many religious scholars argue that one's intentions and attitudes hold more weight than the actions themselves, echoing the moral lessons drawn from Cain and Abel's story. However, there are challenges and controversies surrounding this interpretation. Some argue that the narrative unjustly paints Cain as inherently flawed, without considering socioeconomic or external pressures that might have influenced his actions. Others suggest that the story reflects an inherent tension between agrarian and pastoral cultures, serving as a metaphor for broader societal conflicts. This symbolism of offerings connects to other aspects of the Cain and Abel story by highlighting core human themes such as jealousy, morality, and justice. It underscores the complexities of human emotions and relationships, emphasizing the ripple effects of inner intentions on external realities. By delving into this symbolism, the story of Cain and Abel extends beyond a mere historical account, offering timeless insights into human nature and divine expectations. The concept of the consequences of Cain's actions refers to the aftermath and implications of Cain's decision to kill his brother Abel, as described in the biblical narrative found in Genesis. This act marks one of the first instances of murder and sibling rivalry, introducing themes of jealousy, punishment, and moral accountability. The significance of this point in the context of Cain and Abel, the first sibling rivalry in history, lies in its exploration of the severe repercussions that follow actions driven by unchecked emotions like envy and anger. Cain's murder of Abel was not just a personal tragedy, but a symbolic moment that set the stage for understanding the moral and ethical frameworks in many religious and cultural traditions. One specific example illustrating the consequences of Cain's actions is the notion of divine punishment and the concept of restless wandering. After Cain kills Abel, God curses him to be a fugitive and wander the earth, highlighting themes of alienation and loss of homeland that resonate throughout human history. This idea parallels how individuals today might face consequences that isolate them due to destructive actions, like imprisonment or social ostracism. Another real-world application is the theme of remorse and the potential for redemption. Cain's story introduces the idea that even the gravest of sins can be met with the possibility of repentance, a concept that permeates many religious and philosophical doctrines. This serves as a reminder of the human capacity for growth and change, despite past transgressions. Opinions that support this idea often revolve around the moral teachings derived from Cain's story. Many view it as a cautionary tale about the destructive power of unchecked emotions and the need for self-control and moral reflection. However, challenges and controversies arise when considering the fairness of Cain's punishment and the broader implications for ideas about justice and mercy. Some argue that Cain's mark, which is interpreted as both protection and a source of shame, raises questions about divine justice and the nature of consequences. This exploration of consequences not only sheds light on Cain and Abel's story, but also influences broader discussions about morality, justice, and human relationships. It connects to themes of forgiveness, the nature of good and evil, and the lasting impact of our choices. Understanding the consequences of Cain's actions offers valuable insights into the complexities of human behavior, emotion, and the foundational narratives that continue to shape our worldviews.